Hey, what's up everyone? Zach D Productions here, and I'm here with a storytime video for you guys. Now, I hope that you are all cool with this idea because I've thought about doing storytime videos for quite some time now, actually. Just maybe doing videos about experiences that I've had before and just in general doing more video topics. Let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in, something that you're open to seeing on the channel more. Just feel free to let me know in the comments, of course. So for this video, I wanted to talk about an experience I had with FYE of all places, of all stores, and how I basically got kicked out of an FYE store one time when I was in high school. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What the heck did you do, Zach? We'll get into that. And it wasn't necessarily my fault either. So just wanted to point that out right off the bat. So I know I've made videos in the past. This was actually back in my early days of YouTube. Some of you might remember this if you're a longtime subscriber of the channel. But back in my early days of this channel, I made videos about my local FYE store closing down. The one that's closest to me closing down, basically. And this actually took place at that FYE store that did eventually close down. So basically what happened was, like I said, I was a teenager when this happened. You know, I was in high school and I was hanging out with a group of friends. There was me and a buddy of mine at the time and some girls that we hung out with. And we just decided to hang out at the mall, right? So why not? So we decided to walk into FYE, which of course FYEs are usually found in the mall. Not all malls, unfortunately. I wish all malls did have FYEs, but oh well, it is what it is. But nonetheless, we went into FYE, and I guess one of the girls that we were hanging out with, I guess she was just fooling around, joking around or whatever. She finds this stuffed animal, this plushie thing that she decides to throw at me. And it wasn't like she threw it at me like she was being mean or anything. At least I don't think. It was more of a joking way, like just fooling around, having fun. You know how it is. And I didn't really think anything of it, right? Like I just thought, okay, whatever, you know, nothing really came of it like shortly after that. But like, I would say like maybe 5 minutes passed by, you know, it's not even like anything happened after that. And I see this one guy, one of the employees, walk up to one of the people in our group, basically. So basically what happened was, I remember like how it looked like, because like there were a few of us, like there was a group of us on one side of the store and there was like a couple of us on another side of the store. So I could see one of the employees going over to the group on the other side of the store. I can see him like whispering something, like saying something or whatever, and then they walked out of the store. So at this point, I had an idea that we were being thrown out. And then he came up to us. He came up to our group, you know, our side of the store, basically. And he said, you basically have to go, is basically how it went. And of course, you know, because I had an idea, I had some things in my mind, prepared what I wanted to say. I was just like, why? And apparently, you know, one of the people that I was with, it was just shocking that I stood up to him, I guess. Like, because I mean, I asked him why. Like, what's the reason? Like, he never even gave us a reason. So it's like, you're throwing us out for no reason. I mean, that's why I bring up the fact that one girl threw that plushie at me, because that's really the only thing that I can think of. Like, really? Like, over that? Are you serious? Like, even if that is the reason, it's not a good enough reason. It's just stupid, you know? Like, they're just teenagers fooling around, that's all. You know, and nothing really came of it after that. It's not like anyone was breaking anything or causing any destruction or anything like that. There was nothing like that. So it was just really confusing to me. So it's something that I just didn't understand. So that's why I stood up to him and I asked him why. Like, Like, what's the reason? He never gave us a reason. He just said, you all have to go, basically. So, I just don't know if that was right for him to do, especially for not even giving us a reason. So it was just very weird to me. Like, it was very disappointing that, we had to leave the store, but it was also very weird to me. And so, get this, right? So, we decided to walk around in the mall, an hour later, we decided, hey, what if we return to the FYE store? Let's see what happens if we return. Some people were actually not in on it because they were afraid of what would happen. Like, maybe they would call security or something like that. I don't know, tell us to leave. I mean, that's really the worst that they can do, right? So we decided that, yeah, maybe it's a good idea for us to go back to the FYE store just to see what happens, And I think my friend at the time wanted to pick something up in the store anyway. So, we decided, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's go ahead and go back. And when we went back, nothing happened. It was almost like nothing ever happened. It's not like anyone came up to us and said, hey, you can't come in here for the rest of the night or whatever. Nothing like that. They just, again, it's almost like nothing ever happened. We walked in, we just browsed around, and that was it. It was so weird. Like, no one said anything. So it was just really odd to me. So it did have a good ending, thankfully, but it still doesn't answer the question, like, why we were thrown out to begin with. Like I said, that one girl who threw that plushie, that's really the only thing that I can think of. That was probably it, if I had to guess. But even then, it's not a good enough reason. I just found that to be kind of a petty reason, to be honest. So, yeah, I just think about it sometimes, and I think, well, they probably figure, well, we're going to close down anyway, because they probably had an idea that they're going to close down. So it's like, what do we have to lose, right? So it's not a big deal, right? So they probably had an idea that they were going to close anyway, which is why they maybe pulled the crap with us and, didn't have to worry about anything else. I don't know. It's really hard to say, but it would have been better if the guy would have actually gave us a reason for throwing us out, but whatever. It's whatever. It's all in the past now. And the FYE store isn't even open anymore, so there's that. So that was basically it. That was the story of how I got kicked out of FYE as well as the other people that I was with, the group of friends that I was with. A very odd and absurd situation for sure. So let me know what you think of this. Did you have any similar experience being thrown out of a store for maybe a ridiculous reason or no reason at all? Feel free to let me know. So on that note, thank you for watching. Have a good one.